All right. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and a good day. All right. Uh, right. This is our first video. This video is for topic one question. It's not really it's not really a tutorial question, but it is a question for topic one. So our topic one is introduction to Sharia, to Islamic finance and Sharia framework for Islamic finance. All right. So basically, these two topics are going to be test you in final exam as question one and your quiz. Right. So I just this one is actually a compilation of past year question and answer past year, starting from previous semester, the latest semester, and accumulated with the previous semester. Question and answer according to this topic. So I attached this question and answer in your Google Classroom for your reference too. For you to study this question, you can see the trend, how the question and which part being asked a lot by the examiner. Remember, this final exam question is made by a lecturer all over UiTM in Malaysia, not only from Malacca or Shah Alam, but all over Malaysia. All right. So we go to this topic. All right. I'm not going to make video for all the question. I think you can read on your own. I just make one or two past year only lah, for this one, right? We see this past year. This is the most latest past year, which is last time July to 2023 here. All right. So we see how the question asked here. Conventional finance system is not the same as Islamic financial system. Islamic finance state a system governed by ethical value based on several foundation. Alright, so you can see ethical value based on several foundation. Now the question asks you list any 5 ethical value based on philosophical foundation in Islamic finance. Alright. So again, guys, first thing first, you see what the question asks you. The question asks you to list any 5 only, list any 5 only. So list mean that no need for you to explain, just list down the ethical value based on philosophical foundation. Plus you see the marks is only 5 marks, so 5.5 marks, so it is tailing. All right, 5.5 marks, it is tailing. The question asks you to list, um so you just list. No need to explain. Yeah, it is optional. You can explain, but it is alright. So you see this situation. You explain with a lot of paragraph, and your friend just list down the answer. Both of you are going to get the same mark, but your friend just need a few minutes to list down, but you need more than your friend. I mean, because you put it in paragraph, right? Right. Okay. So list any 5 ethical values. So this is the answer. The answer I put it here is 7, 8, and 9 lah. All right. Any 5 should do. Any 5 should do. Tauhid, which is God's unity and sovereignty. Rububiyah, divine arrangement for nourishment and directing things towards their perfection. Risalah, which is prophethood and guidance. Akhirah, belief in accountability on the day of judgment and its application for the life in the world and the hereafter. Istilah means role as God vicegerents on earth. Tazkiyah, purification plus growth. Kafalah, social solidarity. Adalah, which is justice, number 8. Falah and well-being or success in the world and hereafter. So you just put any 5. If you remember more than 5, put more actually, because I will choose only 5. The best 5 answer lah. And by right, if you put more also, you are I'm still going to choose the best 5, and you still get marks, right, for this, right? So next question here, all right. So in contrast to commercial finance, Islamic finance require that every financial transaction must be conducted in accordance with principle of Sharia. Compliance with Sharia require observance of 5 fundamental principles in exacting manners. So illustrates 5 fundamental principles of Islamic finance. You see, now the question asks you to illustrate. You see the difference between previous question and this question. Previous question just asks you to list. This question just asks you to illustrate. Illustrate, you see the marks is 10 marks. So illustrate mean that you have to explain. You cannot just give point like the previous question. You cannot just list like the previous question. You need to have a explanation a bit because it asks you to illustrate. Okay. The first one is prohibition of interest, which is riba. Five. So the first one is prohibition of interest, and which is riba. All right. So you can just explain this according to on your own. No need for you to, if you did not memorize this, also can you just explain based on your what you understanding. Prohibition of riba. What is prohibition of riba? Riba is interest, right? Interest-based transaction are not allowed. So this is one point for you to explain. Okay. Why it is not allowed? Because it is considered to be exploitative and unfair. Okay, instead, system encourage profit sharing arrangement. You see, this one is 1, 2, 3 point already. The answer gives you 3 points already. Actually, your answer prohibition of riba is one mark, and you explain why it is prohibition of riba. You can explain interest base is not allowed because it is considered as exploitative and unfair. Enough actually, enough for you to get a full mark for the first point. Two marks for 1 point, right? Okay. The additional point you can put here is profit sharing. All right. The next one is prohibition of speculation or haram. Okay, again, that is the point. Explain your point because the question asks you to illustrate. Okay, so finance discourage transaction that involve excessive uncertainty of risk. Okay, why? Because it can lead to unfair outcome. This includes speculation transactions such as gambling or betting. You see, explain a bit. Discourage transaction involved in excessive uncertainty. Why? Because it lead to unfair outcome. All right. The next one is prohibition of investment in forbidden activities. Right. So again, that is the point. To explain this point, uh, prohibit investment industry that are considered harmful to society or violate Islamic principles such as tobacco, alcohol, and gambling. You see, explain with example is also can. Again, if you want to give example, it's also can. All right. So next one, profit sharing, profit and loss sharing, is encouraged. Okay, profit and loss sharing is fundamental principle in Islamic finance, where both parties share their profit and loss transaction. This encourages responsible investment and risk management, right? You see the explanation, point and explain, point and explain. The last one is asset-backed financing. Asset-backed financing, right? Asset-backed financing, Islamic finance require all transaction to be backed by tangible assets such as property and commodities. Why? This is to ensure the investment are made in real productive asset rather than speculative financial instrument like the conventional investment. All right. So this is the B part. C part, the question asks you here. The Islamic financial institution are not immune to risk exposure to the large variety of products they offer and crucial function they play as intermediaries inherent in Maqasid al-Sharia. All right. So now the question, determine 3 types of risk from Islamic perspective as identified by Muslim scholar. All right. So again, what type of risk? The first risk is essential risk. Okay. Again, you see the question asks you to determine 3, and it is 10 marks. Definitely you cannot just list down 3 risks, right? You need to explain. You see 3, so you need to explain. Make sure essential risk, like for example this one, essential risk, 1 point, 1 marks here, and 2 explanation. If you want to give example, 1 explanation, 1 example. Now, all right, 3 for 1 is enough. If you confident to do more, okay, you do 2 explanation, 2 sentence for explanation, at least 2 sentences for explanation, and 1 example. 4 point for 1 type of risk for you to ensure that you get all these marks, right? All right. So first one is essential risk. What is essential risk? Is inherent in any economic activity and cannot be eliminated. You see explanation, eh? This one, they give you example. Example of essential risk include market risk, credit risk, operational risk. This is example. Can enough for you to this. Again, you can explain more if you confident in this, but this is my suggestion. Point answer, essential risk, explain example, or point, explain example. 3 or 4 sentences per item is enough, right? Because you want to get a maximum marks. Yeah. Okay, next one, prohibited risk. What is prohibited risk? Okay, prohibited in Islam, for example, risks include riba, ghara, and mashir. Okay, Islamic finance prohibit any transaction involve all these risks. All right. Again, type of risk, explain example, or explain an example. All right. So the last one, permissible risk. Permissible risk is risk referred to risk that is permissible in Islam. These risks are not inherently prohibited, but permissible depends on the context and nature of the transaction. For example, market fluctuation, natural disaster, and business risk are considered as permissible risk. All right. Okay. So this is example of question last semester, the latest semester, question number one, which is cover the topic one here. Right? Okay. Um, I would like to show you in this video one more question, which is last two semester. Okay, last two semester, February 2023, the latest also, at the beginning of the year, right? Define the term Islamic finance. Okay, you see, when the question asks you like this, explain Islamic, explain finance. You see the question give you 5 marks, right? Define, right? Okay. So first, Islamic finance combine two significant words. Finance and Islamic, right? So finance is what? Finance suggests the Islamic financial market institution deal with resource allocation, management, acquisition, and investment. Basically, what is this? This is actually definition of finance, right? Okay, then Islamic. Explain Islamic. Islamic is fundamental difference between Islamic and conventional counterpart. Islamic finance is built upon the distinctive and unique characteristic which is based on principle of Sharia. Or you can use Maqasid al-Sharia, which is the critical or the fundamental prohibit riba, mashir, ghara, and haram activity or prohibited activities. Right. So this is the first part. Uh, 5 marks. Next, the question asks you here. Islamic finance intermediaries are very important because it link between a surplus fund unit, the one who have extra fund, and deficit fund unit, the one who have deficit fund. All right. Explain advantages of Islamic financial intermediaries. Advantages, eh? Right. So this is some of the advantages. You see, 10 marks. The question asks you to explain. Again, you need to explain. The answer here, of course, provide you in point form. You need to explain to ensure you get all the marks here. Advantages, you can give to be safe, you can give five advantages with explanation. Each advantages with explanation. All right. Okay. The first one, deal with bundle of fund which is can reduce the information through economics of scope and avoid asymmetric information. This one you have answer in your slide, right? Okay, but never mind. Deal with the bundle of fund which is can reduce the cost. Okay, number one. Bank can diversify and get advantage of large raw number, which is different portfolio of fund can give a different rate of return. All right. Advantage of economy of scale. What is economy of scale? Cost per transaction can be reduced by pooling large number of depositor. You see this one because of I think we go through in our class already, right? But this one because of you see bank right, analysts of bank just need to hire one analyst to analyze a lot of portfolio. Okay, but if you want to do on your own, one portfolio, you hired one. Another portfolio, you hired another one. You can see the cost is higher compared to cost to analyze one portfolio is higher if you do one by one compared to bank do. Because bank, they pay a salary and they can ask their workers to analyze a lot of portfolio, all right? Okay. Advantage okay, this one is similar point, okay. Don't need line, this point is similar point, okay, never mind. Offer liquidity to client where client and borrower easily go to the bank to borrow money. All right. Instead of finding capital provider on your own. Okay, imagine if you need fund. Okay, imagine if you are the deficit fund unit. You want to find a place to give you extra fund. So where should you go? Right, where should you go? Right. Yeah, if you have intermediaries, like for example, bank as an intermediary, it's easy for you to go to bank and ask for their to give you fund or to give you loan. Right. But if you don't have bank, where should you go? How do you know that the person are going to give you money, right? Right, right. That is the the advantages, some of the advantages. Okay, these advantages, they just four because one is redundant. Okay, never mind. Okay, differentiate between capital market and money market. Give two example of Islamic market instrument which being traded in each capital market and money market. Okay, now again differentiate and 10 marks here. All right. So first is what is capital market? Capital market is financial market that facilitate trade long-term debt securities. All right. Long-term debt securities, long-term line. The two main component is debt market and equity market. Example are Suku, Islamic stock, Islamic fund, and Islamic real estate investment trust or Islamic risk management product. In other words, uh, to make it easy, capital market is where we can purchase share of stock, right? Same goes to dividend. Same goes to bond. In Islamic we call as suku. Same goes with suku, right? While financial market facilitate the trade of only short-term debt securities, which is less than a year. This one is called as money market. All right. Example are government investment issue, Islamic treasury bill, Islamic negotiable instrument, and negotiable Islamic debt certificate. All right. Okay. So basically that two I put it in this video lah. The rest you can read on your own. I'll put in the Google Classroom. Right. Thank you.